I'm still a beginner at travel hacking, but in this video, I'm gonna attempt to answer 12 of the frequently asked questions about travel hacking. Wish me luck. The first question is, why do credit card companies give out a lot of sign-up bonus points through their travel credit cards? Friends, I've never worked for a bank before, so the answer to this question is coming from the point of views of like a bank customer. The reason why so many banks have like really juicy sign-up bonus points is to simply get more customers using their banks. One of the pain points of an average person is not being able to travel a lot because of money, and being able to offer travel credit cards where we can earn points so we can use it for free travel is something that maybe they see as a solution. These credit cards actually get people traveling more, spending more money, but not in such a grand way that traveling maybe 2 or 3 times a year is more affordable and more doable now because of these travel credit cards that offer points for traveling. I hope that makes sense. Question number 2, wouldn't having a lot of credit cards under our name be bad for our credit score? This is a common misconception. I feel like with travel hacking, there are actually a few factors when credit card bureaus assign you or calculate your credit score, and having a lot of credit card accounts under your name is actually a low impact factor. If you have Credit Karma, which you should if you want to get into this travel hacking game, it's a free app that will help you kind of maintain and monitor your credit score. It actually updates daily, I believe, and it will pull through how many credit cards you have, what are some of the other credit card lines that you have open, when did you open it, how often do you pay for them on time, and all of that history. So I have my phone here and I'm gonna pull up my Credit Karma app. Still loading. They pull credit reports from TransUnion and Equifax, and you can basically go into either one of them, and if you look at your credit factors, there's actually 6 different factors that will impact your credit scores, and 3 of them is actually high impact, 1 is medium impact, and 2 is low impact. So I'm not gonna really go through every single thing and what they mean. You could definitely do your own research and learn about it more actually inside the Credit Karma app. But 3 of the high impact factors that impact your credit score more is payment history, credit card use, and derogatory marks. The 1 factor that is a medium impact is your credit age, and the 2 factors that are low impact are total accounts, which is how many cards you have under your name, and hard inquiries. So as long as you pay your credit card on time, as long as you don't max up all of your credit cards, and as long as you don't accumulate a personal credit card debt, there is really no harm in opening a bunch of credit cards per year. I feel like having a lot of credit cards is like a bad thing in our brain, and it's been implanted because so many people fall into debt because of a lot of credit cards. Speaking about credit card debt and just talking out of my own experience, I did accumulate a lot of debt, not because I've opened a lot of credit cards, but it's how often I actually use the card and not paying it off every single month. And obviously I did not budget at the time. I didn't know that I basically overspent every single month. I spend more than I have. But if you're someone who can manage your money really well, or at least you know you will, and you have 0 debt, travel hacking could be something that you might want to look into and maybe do more research. Like I said, I'm a beginner as well. I'm learning as I'm sharing what I learned about travel hacking. But if you want to learn more about travel hacking from people who have done it for years, I will actually leave a few channels that I follow on social media where I learn about travel hacking. Check those channels out, learn more from them because they are the pro. I'm just a beginner and I'm just kind of like sharing my knowledge, things that I learned probably like a few months ago that might be helpful for you. Before moving on to the next question, if you have been following along and if you've been finding good value from this video, let me know by liking this video. And if you want to learn more about travel hacking from like a beginner perspective with videos just like this one, make sure to subscribe. I think we are on question number 3, and that is, what is the 524 rule? This is probably the first thing that those travel hacking channels that I mentioned in the description box below talk about. And the 524 rule is just simply a chase rule that specify if you have had open 5 credit cards in the past 24 months, you might get denied if you're trying to apply for a Chase credit card. Actually, I don't think you might get denied is the right statement. You will get denied if you have 5 credit cards in the past 24 months. That is why the name 524 comes about. And it's kind of like the #1 rule for travel hacking. Question number 4 is, what is a minimum spend? So this travel hacking, I don't know, system or game or whatever you want to call it, has to have like a take and a give, right? So the bank give us points if we give them some money that we spend on the card. So the minimum spend is basically one of the requirements for you to be able to get those juicy sign-up bonus points is to spend a minimum amount of sometimes $3,000, sometimes $1,000. If you're applying for business cards, it could be higher, like $10,000, $15,000 within like a time frame that they give. Usually it's 3 months, sometimes it could be 6 months. But basically, you need to spend a little bit of money on those cards that you open before you can enjoy the juicy sign-up bonus points. It's kind of like a win-win situation. We give the money that we spent on those cards, and in turn, they would give us those credit card benefits, those sign-up bonus points, and all of that. Next question is, how can I open a business card if I don't have a business? Before I answer this, I just want to say that this is not a legal or a tax advice. This is just what I learned from all of those travel hacking channels, and this is what they've also done personally. But you don't have to have a business to open a business card. The reason why travel hackers advise people to open business cards or put them as one of their strategies is because their bonus points is even juicier than the personal credit cards. Well, sometimes. For example, I've opened an American Express Business Gold credit card and I was able to get 130,000 American Express points. That is a lot. I feel like anything above 80, above 100,000 points, that's actually a lot of points. But then I think I needed to spend, I believe, $15,000 within 3 or 4 months, maybe 3 months, I don't remember. You don't have to really get into business cards if you don't want to, but yes, you can apply for a business card even if you don't have like an established business. So the way you do it is that when you apply for a business credit card, you can put your name as your business name. You can put sole proprietor as like your business type, and then you would just put your social security number under the tax ID number. Next question is, can my spouse or partner use my referral link? Absolutely yes. Your partner, your spouse, your friends, you should definitely always give them your referral link, because once they open a card, get approved and stuff, you get some points back. And I don't really remember how much you get, but it's like 20,000 points and above, I believe. I will leave like a few of the points from different credit cards like on the screen because I can't remember on the top of my head. But yes, you can refer anybody you want. You cannot refer yourself, unfortunately. I wish, right? But you can refer your family, your friends, your coworker, anybody. There is usually like a maximum you can earn per year, but you should do it when you can. The next question is, do Chase points transfer to any other cards like American Express or Capital One? Short answer is no, because they are competitors. They are different banks. They have their own credit card benefits and travel benefits. So no, you cannot transfer points between different banks. However, each bank actually has their own travel partners, and you can transfer your transferable points from your bank into, for example, Hyatt, Hilton, Southwest, JetBlue, Delta, United, and more. Next question, can we cancel or downgrade a credit card? Yes, of course you can. If you don't feel like the annual fee that you're paying and the benefits doesn't really make sense, you can definitely cancel the card or downgrade, but only after 12 months have passed. I'll probably call the bank a couple days after your annual fee is posted on your credit card. If you don't want to keep the card, you can ask them if you can downgrade to a card that has no annual fee. You will definitely lose all of your benefits. There are still some benefits on like a non-annual fee credit card, but it's not as much and as juicy as the one with the annual fee. Or if there's no options, you can always cancel the card. I would want to make sure and double check if you would lose the points, or if you can use up all of the points on a credit card that you plan to cancel after the year. And sometimes the bank would actually give you like an extra bonus points if you decided to stay with the same card for another year. Before moving on to the next question, if any of the questions that I'm talking about here is not one of your questions, I'm inviting you to leave them in a comment below. I will definitely try my best to answer that question. So the next question, can we get the same bonus points again from the same credit card? So this is a tricky one because some banks have their own rule. For example, for American Express, it's kind of like once in a lifetime bonus type of thing. So if, for example, you open an American Express Gold card and get 100,000 points, you cannot get the same card again even after a couple years have passed. And I want to say Capital One is doing the same thing, so you only can get the bonus points once in a lifetime. I'm gonna double check on that. However, with Chase, you can actually get the same bonus points and apply for the same card after 24 months have passed. Next question, is it true you can get TSA PreCheck from credit cards? Yes, absolutely, it's true. There are a bunch of credit cards nowadays that actually will give you credit for TSA PreCheck. But if you really plan to travel a lot, honestly, if you plan to travel for the next 4 years for at least once or twice a year, I would highly recommend getting the global entry instead, because most cards also give credit for global entry applications. TSA PreCheck is for security line when you are about to leave, like when you're going into the airport and you're about to take a plane somewhere else. And global entry is kind of like an expedite service when you come back from an international flight. So when you go through the US customs at US airports, you don't have to wait in that very long line. Global entry holder actually has its own line. Sometimes they even have like one of those machine where you can just automatically scan your global entry card and then you can just go home and you don't have to stay in that long immigration line. Next question is, what should I do if I get declined but I have a decent credit score and should have been approved? You can actually call the customer service and ask them to be connected to a reconsideration line, and then they can help you kind of figure out what is wrong with your application. It could be that you maybe mistype your name and they can't find you in a credit report, and it could also be just a system error. So anytime you get declined, when you feel like you should have been approved, give the customer service a call and ask to speak to someone to see if they can reconsider your application. We're actually on the last question, question number 12. Should I book a trip with my points or with cash? The answer to this question is totally depending on how much it is, if you are gonna pay with cash, and how many points will it take to actually pay for that vacation, hotel stay, or flights. I will actually refer you to a blog post by Travel Hacking Mom. It is one of the social media channels that I follow to learn more about travel hacking, and you should definitely follow them. But they kind of break down different examples on when to use cash and when to use your points. For example, I was trying to book a 3-night hotel stay in downtown Boston, and it was gonna cost me $1,100, and I can book it with points with just 51,000 points. So I decided to book them with points because over $1,000 for a 3-night stay, that is actually pretty expensive in my opinion. And like I said, it just depends on the scenario, and if you maybe wanna brainstorm with me If you have a vacation coming up and you're not sure if you need to use cash or points, leave them in the comment below. Maybe I can help, and maybe having someone else's point of view can also help you decide if you need to use cash or your points. If you want me to do like a beginner version of like a frequently asked question about another topic, let me know in the comment, because honestly this is pretty fun. If you want to learn how to book a Hyatt stay with points instead of cash, I have a video that you can click or tap in the screen. And if you want to learn how to fly your partner for free for 2 whole years, that's also another video you can click or tap in the screen. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you like this type of videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!